Boom, right there. Yep. Long time no see. How's it going, guys? Token Vaping. So today's review is actually really cool. I'm actually excited to be able to do this one. It is a device review for my friends over at Hydra Lifestyles in Oceanside, California. Great group of guys, great shop. If you're in the area, definitely stop in. Even if you're not and you want to order stuff, check out their website or give them a call. You can order stuff, they'll ship it out, things like that. So the device I'm doing today is a newer device offered by a company that is pretty well known with making the MTL or mouth to lung pod style devices. Great starter points for people trying to switch over. Great stealth devices for established vapors for, you know, when you don't want to do huge clouds, things like that. But it's by a company called Suorin. And if you do vape at all, a lot of people already use the devices, the Suorin Air, the Suorin Drop, things like that. They're already well established, well known, really great devices. This is the newest addition to their family, and this is the Suorin, and this is the Vagon, V-A-G-O-N. And if I can get my camera to right there, the Vagon, V-A-G-O-N. And this is kind of what it looks like. And this is the box. Has a really cool look to it, a lot different than what you're used to seeing from a Suorin device, and I'll show that to you here in a second. But in the box itself, you're going to get the device, you get how to fill the pod, you have the safety warning card, you have the warranty card, you have a little troubleshooting start manual, you have the certificate, it's basically an authenticity card, and you get the USB charge cable. And that's pretty much what comes in all of that. So it's pretty simple, pretty basic. And this is the beauty little device, the Suorin Vagon. And it is really stealthy looking. It is really cool looking. Like I said, it is a lot different than what you're used to as far as the other devices. Now, I still have the Suorin Air, which I started using as well. So that's just giving you an idea of the difference between them. A lot different, as you can tell. This device, measurement wise, it is 105 millimeters in height or length. The height of it is 20 millimeters and the width is 25 millimeters. And it is a 2 mil capacity pod cartridge with a 430 milliamp internal battery. So it will last you a bit, as the coil itself is a I believe it's a 1.3 to 1.4 ohm coil. It's right about in that mid-range, so it definitely does not draw the power like most devices do. So this will definitely last you a bit as people look at the 2 mil pod, and it's like, well, how fast are you going to go through that? Because of how small the coil is, you're definitely not going to wipe through this as fast as you think. But that is a close-up of the device, and if you can see right here, there's a bit of a gap. As you can tell, it's really reflective, so I do apologize for that. But there is a gap right here where the pod touches the body of the device. That's where the airflow goes through, in case you're wondering. But the pod pops out just like this. It is a 2 mil capacity pod. And there's a couple of things about this that I do like, but besides the ergonomics of it, it is pretty slick there. And that is the device with the contact points. Now, this is meant to be used with nic salts, and most people that use nic salts already understand that in the pod devices like these, you will be using a higher nic salt nicotine level than you would as opposed to regular vaping, because of how small the coil is, how tight the draw is. The higher nicotine will definitely give you a better feel of it. But because it's nic salts, which is meant to give you a smoother vape, it won't be as harsh as you think it is, just because you're using a higher nicotine level. Now, the cool thing about this V right here is a light, and this will go off as a green when it's fully charged and it's working fine. It will do a blue when it's about medium level. They say about 30 to 70%, and then low it'll be at red, which is 30% or below, and that'll give you an idea of when to charge this. They say it takes about an hour to fully charge. I will be using this extensively, so I will let you know how long roughly the charge goes, to give you an idea of how long it's going to last you in general. But they do say that this device is designed to roughly be used and recharged about 600 times before you'll start experiencing obviously some wear and tear on it, and you may want to consider replacing it. But These are not superly expensive. Another cool addition feature that they did is they put a pocket clip on this. So you can hook this on your pocket. You can hook this in a pocket in your purse, things like that, to make it a little bit easier so you don't lose it or worry about it. The body is made of almost like an aluminum style, or metal body. The clip itself, I believe, is like a polycarbonate plastic. And the pod itself is a tougher plastic in general. So to fill this, the fill port here, if you can see it right there, is this part right here. And you just basically will pop that open. Generally pop that right open. If I can get it to cooperate. And then as you can tell, it's attached by a little piece of rubber that'll keep that from losing. And then there is the fill port hole. Now that is one pro in this, if I can get that to focus right there. That is one pro for me, is that the fill port hole on this is a lot bigger than a lot of pod devices that are currently on the market. A lot of times I hear people have issues with some of the fill ports on this because they say that it's too small of a fill hole, or that after some use, when you go to fill this with juice, that it basically clogs up, and then you worry about overflow or leakage in that sense, and then it just kind of spills out. That's why I had trouble. So when you first get this, there is a piece of plastic. It tells you to remove this. Obviously, I didn't read that, but it tells you to remove that, and then it'll be easier accessible. So there is the actual fill port hole, as you can fully see, and that is quite a bit larger than a lot of other devices, as some of you may or may already not know. So I'm going to jump into vaping this and just show you the difference between the mouth to lung hit off this and a direct to lung, and then show you the vapor off that. The juice that I'm using today is from a company called Elysium Labs. This is a Nic Salt line that they have introduced. This is a line and flavors that will be available exclusively at Hydra Lifestyle for that area. So it should be available from them here within the week. This is Skadi, S-K-A-D-I, and this is supposed to be a fruity cereal style vape, and I figured it'd be an easy flavor to pick out as far as when you go to vape this. And this is, I should say on here, yes it does. It says right there on the bottom, this is a 24 milligram nicotine. Now I normally only vape by 3. So as I absolutely must warn anybody that's going to vape this. These are not meant to be vaped in normal drippers or tanks at all. You will make yourself very, very sick. These are designed specifically to be only used in pod style devices such as these. So I need to make that perfectly clear. And as I said, the fill port hole is quite a bit larger than most others of this type. So the nozzle for this easily fits in here, and it's just a simple fill, just like that. No muss, no fuss. So once it goes down a little bit, I will do another fill, and I will leave in the comment box as far as to whether or not it filled up easily. So there is the pod, and it is full. Give the cotton a little bit of time to wick. Probably not too much, but it does say to let it definitely sit for a few minutes to make sure that the cotton gets wicked up. And it's simple, just like that, and it's all put together. The pod is filled. Now, I will also have to double check, and I will leave in the comment box if I do notice it, but with the pocket clip, it's obviously going to be designed to hang upside down, so I'll have to see if there's any type of leakage as far as that goes, to see if it drips out the mouthpiece. But for the most part, that is the Suorin Vagon, the new MTL pod style device from Suorin, the Suorin Air company. But that's all it is. It is inhale activated. And as you saw right there, it lit up green, so it definitely has almost full power right now. Obviously, it doesn't have a meter to tell you how much, but the green is basically supposed to be close to full power, so that's basically, it comes with a full charge, which is really nice. And like I said, that is a 430 milliamp internal battery, but that is the mouth to lung. And at 24 milligrams, that is really smooth. No harshness, no throat hit at all whatsoever, surprisingly. You definitely taste the fruit flavored cereal on this. So overall, that's actually really impressive. I will do a further review on the actual flavor itself, but I will obviously have to get it in a lower nicotine that is safe to vape on a dripper or a tank. But for a pod style, there is a really smooth vape to that. There's no harshness, there's no throat hit. It's basically all flavor for that. Now, I said that's the mouth to lung. Now, if we go straight to lung, decent amount of vapor off that. On the inhale, from going direct to lung, definitely felt it a little bit more in the throat, but nowhere near as scratchy as you would think. It definitely is a really smooth vape in this device for that flavor from that line. So I definitely will have to do further investigation and see if that's going to be the way that the flavors are across the board, or if it just happens to be that this particular flavor at a 24. I will also find out if there is a higher nicotine or if they're only doing the Nic Salt line in the 24s. Still, that still is quite a bit of nicotine for the system, and it is meant to be in a smoother vape style because of the Nic Salts. That is really smooth. No harshness on the throat whatsoever, even on that type of a hit. Definitely a nice vapor production. So definitely check this out. I do like a few pros about this for sure. The fill port hole on the pod is definitely a lot bigger, so it makes it a lot easier to fill, and that is a really nice convenience. I like the new style of this, to be honest with you. The Suorin Air, I know a lot of people do like because of the simpleness to this, but I do like the new design style of this. Being a science fiction nerd myself, I do like the fact that it kind of looks like a little phaser, or some people might say it looks like a remote control, things like that. But it makes it really ergonomic. It makes it really nice to fit in the hand. It's really compact in that sense. You can just basically, and it's not bulky, it's not big or anything like that. It does have a smooth feel to this. It's not super smooth to slippery, like it's instantly going to fall out of your hand, but it does have a nice smoothness. It definitely is going to pick up fingerprints, so for people that don't like that, this might cause a problem in that sense. But overall, definitely a really nice change up from the design of the Suorin Air. Definitely a nice feel. The vape on this is really smooth. Like I said, the flavor from Elysian Labs is really smooth. Inhale activated, it just has a very nice, comfortable feel to it. So if you are looking for a pod style device and you either haven't picked up one or you're looking for something different, definitely check out the Suorin Vagon. It definitely is nice. They are offered on the website at Suorin. Let me confirm that real quick before I misinform it, but it is SuorinUSA.com. But if you're, like I said, if you're in the area or you want to call in Hydra Lifestyle, I will put their link in the comment box. But you can definitely pick it up from them exclusively for their area, or you can order from them and they can send it out to you as well. Definitely check out the shop. Definitely check out this device. Definitely check out Suorin. As always, guys, I'm Token Vaping. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch. Always truly love yourself. Vape on, vape strong. Have a good one.